Hello everyone. Today the team members of Group 1 will be presenting the Burp Community Edition, a powerful tool that helps developers and security professionals to enhance the security of web applications. Here myself, Subrat Mishra, will provide the introductory note of this presentation by explaining the client's concern and introducing the tool. Then Rajesh will provide some insights on security functions of the tool. Sajmal will provide a technical demonstration about the tool. And finally, Vijaykumar will provide insights on this mitigation and remediation based on this finding of a team member. In this slide, you can see the client's concern. Our client, a growing software development company with 30 developers, is concerned about cybersecurity as they store proprietary code on GitHub and rely on the passwords for access. They need guidance on implementing practical security measures without overwhelming their team to protect their expanding business from cyber threats. Now, the objective is to focus on helping a small to medium sized software development company like our client to secure their business by identifying security risks, educating the client, implementing practical security measures, and tailoring a security plan that scales with clients' growth. Burp Community Edition is a leading tool used for web application security testing. It offers powerful features for automated vulnerability scanning, manual testing, and identifying security flaws in web applications. As you can see here, there are various tabs are available in the tool. Dashboard tabs helps to monitor live scanning activities, audit logs, and get notification of any critical issues or vulnerabilities detected during the testing process. The target tab allows tester to set the scope of their testing activities by defining which web applications or URL will be tested. The proxy tab let you intercept, view, and modify all HTTP traffic between your browser and the target web server. It is used for capturing and modifying requests and responses in real time. The intruder tab is a tool used to automate customized attacks on web applications. It is used for tasks such as brute force attack and to find vulnerabilities like weak password. Repeater tab primarily used for manual testing of web vulnerabilities by sending crafted requests and observing how the web application responds to different inputs. Collaborator tab is used to identify vulnerabilities that require interaction with external services, which can be hard to detect through normal traffic monitoring. Sequencer tab is used to verify whether tokens are generated securely and are unpredictable enough to prevent attacks from guessing them. Decoder tab is useful when you need to decode or encode data during testing, especially when analyzing and manipulating encoded payloads sent between the client and server. Comparator tab is helpful for identifying subtle changes in the behavior of a web application after sending different payloads or testing responses for hidden. Logger tab is used to keep a record of all the network traffic, which is especially helpful for lateral analysis. Organizer tab is used to manage nodes and to-do list. Extension tabs allows you to install additional plugins. Now I'll request Rajesh to continue his presentation on security functions. Thank you.
Thank you, Subrat, for introduction of the tool Burp suite and its security function. Yes, we'll see why and what it is for. First, what it is for. The scenario is client has small-scale software development company that builds mobile apps and backend systems for local market and the farming community. Here, Burp suite helps to identify, analyze, mitigate security vulnerabilities in web applications, APIs, and backend systems. For our client business, Burp suite plays a crucial role in first, mobile app security. It secures API interactions between the app and backend servers, scanning for vulnerabilities like broken authentication and secure data transmission. This is essential for protecting user data in farming and local market apps. Second, backend server protection. The backend handles sensitive data such as pricing, inventory, and customer information. Burp suite identifies security issues like SQLI and misconfigured security headers to ensure unauthorized users who cannot access or modify this data. Third, web application API security. Burp suite effectively identifies vulnerabilities in web-based application and custom-built services. It scans APIs for exploitable flaws, ensuring that backend systems supporting mobile apps are robust and secure. Fourth, supporting secure software development. Burp suite integrates smoothly into the development lifecycle, allowing the automated scans. This helps to identify vulnerability at early stage, ensuring that applications are secure from ground up and remain in production. Now we see why is it for. The Burp suite is vital for client security. First, in comprehensive testing capabilities. It detects security vulnerabilities across different layers of clients' web applications for the mobile and the backend servers. This helps to mitigate critical vulnerabilities like SQLi accesses. Second, securing mobile API communication. Burp Suite ensures the API endpoints are secure from the attacks like injections and broken authentication, which are safeguarding sensitive data between mobile apps and backend servers, mitigating the real world threats. By stimulating real world attacks, Burp Suite helps to protect the client system from disruptions and unauthorized access to the critical data, ensuring the farming market operates runs smoothly. Fourth, OAP's top 10 compliance. It aligns with the OAP's standards addressing most critical vulnerabilities such as input validation, sensitive data exposure, different Java injections, which are crucial for protecting sensitive backend information. Fifth, integrating security into development pipeline. With the Burp Suite in CI/CD pipeline, security testing happens continuously, reducing the risk of deploying vulnerable software into the production. Sixth, business continuity and customer trust. With the backend servers are protected, which run smoothly in the local market and farming, which maintains the key role in business continuity and trust between customer and client. Now, the demo on the Burp Suite will be presented by my fellow classmate Sajmal.
Thanks, Rajesh. I will take it from here. Imagine this. I explored your mobile app and backend using various techniques. One critical vulnerability I found was SQL injection. Using the OWASP JuShop as a model, I demonstrated an SQL injection with a Burp Suite. We intercepted the login request, sent it to the repeater, and used the payloads like admin or 1 equal to 1 to bypass the authentication. Here you can see we successfully received the authentication token. So why does this matter for your business? Your GitHub system houses critical information, proprietary code and sensitive intellectual property. If an attacker exploits an SQL injection vulnerability in your applications, like a developer login portal, they could bypass authentication or gain admin access. The impact: imagine someone tampering with your repositories, deleting crucial code, or injecting malicious code. This could lead to intellectual property theft, budget corruption, or even full blown ransomware attacks if that code goes into the production. And this is known as SQL injection in OWASP A03 2021. Let's explore this further. Since we now have the admin access, we can see the user list. I found a username vendor with interesting privileges using Burp Suite. I performed an SQL injection to log in as vendor. Once logged in, I triggered a password reset request and intercepted it with a Burp Suite. I modified the API call to remove the current password field and resend the request. You can see the response. The password reset was successfully done. Here you can see the authentication is broken. This vulnerability arises when session tokens or login credentials are mishandled. It could allow attackers to impersonate employees, access GitHub repositories, or steal proprietary code. This is a critical vulnerability, identification and authentication failure as highlighted in OWASP Top 10. By using Burp Suite, you can test and fix these vulnerabilities to protect your users and business data. Now let's discuss why this is crucial for your business. This can lead to things like unauthorized access to GitHub repositories, code tampering and malicious modifications, privilege escalation, data breaches and leakage, inability to maintain system integrity. And I continued exploring the app as a user vendor and discovered that the customer complaints page allows users to upload an invoice file. I tested various file format and found that the XML file can be uploaded. I crafted a malicious XML file designed to read the password file on Linux. Using Burp Suite, I intercepted the upload request for further analysis. In the repeater tab, I sent the request and received the password file as response. You can see the XML file and we received the password file as response. Here, XML external entity XXE attacks leads to server-side request forgery (SSRF), revealing internal systems or files that should remain private. This opens the doors to significant security risks such as sensitive data exposure. In OWASP terms, this is categorized as security misconfiguration. The business impact of these vulnerabilities are profound, like unauthorized access. Like if an attacker gain access to internal systems or sensitive files, they could compromise proprietary data or expose customer information. It can further lead to reputational damage and regulatory consequences, sometimes leading to hefty fines under regulations like GDPR or CCPA. And I explored further for sensitive data exposure using Bender's account and discovered a link to legal MD file. To analyze this, I intercepted the request with a Burp suite and sent it to repeater module. The API showed that files are accessed via FTP. When I removed the legal MD here and resent the request, I received a list of available files. Among them was an acquisition MD file which contained details of all planned acquisitions that should not be public. So here you can see the content of acquisition file. It has the all planned acquisition that should not be public. This is critical vulnerability known as sensitive data exposure, OWASP A02 2021. The business impacts here are severe: potential for data breaches, intellectual property theft, compliance issues like GDPR, loss of reputation and trust. Now, what should you do if you encounter these vulnerabilities in your organization? My fellow classmate Vijay will present some mitigations and remediations for these issues in case it happens. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Vijay and I will be discussing mitigation and remediation strategies for the common vulnerabilities using Burp Suite, starting with an SQL injection. Let's start with SQL injection. The serious consequences from this kind of attack includes ransomware attack, data tampering, and intellectual properties theft. We should concentrate on parameterized queries and input validation in order to reduce this potential risk. To stop malicious code from running, ensure that user input always meet the expected forms and utilize parameterized queries. For remediation, we perform code reviews and refactor queries to use prepared statements. Additionally, also we need to look the SQL map can help identify vulnerabilities. Restricting the access to database also provide an additional essential strategies to provide users only the lowest possible level of the access rights, such as admin level privileges in database should never be granted to users for an application. These failures can lead unauthorized access, data breaches and privilege escalations, which could severely compromise system integrity. To mitigate this, we should enforce multi-factor authentication and follow access control best practice such as principle of least privilege. For remediation, there are security breach, revoke and rotation access of the tokens such as API keys, SSH keys, implementing account lockout mechanisms, and regularly reviewing user accounts, access logs, and detect any suspicious activities in that logs. Can result in attacks such as server-side request forgery, especially when it involves XML external entities. This risk can be significantly mitigated with the help of effective access controls, regular penetration testing, and security awareness training. Organization may prevent legal consequences and harm to reputation by staying up to date regulations such as GDPR and performing compliance data. For information in transit and information in rest, strong encryption technique like AES 256 should be deployed as a further data breach might have catastrophic effects. To safeguard the sensitive data, organizations should also implement strict access controls and conduct regularly assessment on on their organization. If the data breach happens, incident response strategies can minimize any further damage, while forensic investigation with Burp Suite can assist with identifying the cause. Suits plays a vital role in securing web applications. It happens in early detection of threats like SQL injection, authentication failures, and data exposure. By integrating WebSuite into the security framework, organization can align with OWASP guidelines, effectively addressing vulnerabilities and enhancing their overall security posture. Thank you very much.